the weather at noon. First, the headlines. In Nigeria, NIMET forecast for 3 days sunshine and cloudness from today. Death toll in Tanzania, plane crash rises to 19. And New Zealand locks hands with Canada in very trade row. In Nigeria, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency (NMA) has predicted sunny and cloudy weather activities from today to Wednesday across the country. NIMET Weather Outlook released in Abuja predicted sunny skies over the northern region today throughout the forecast period. According to it, sunny conditions with patches of clouds are expected over the north-central region throughout the forecast period. Cloudy atmosphere with spreads of sunshine is anticipated over the inland cities of the south, with cloudiness over the coastal region in the morning hours. It further stated that there are chances of isolated thunderstorms over parts of Cross River, Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, and Akwa Ibom State. Meanwhile, NIMET envisage hazy conditions with intervals of sunshine over the northern region throughout the forecast period tomorrow. Tanzania Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has discussed that the death toll from Sunday's plane crash in Lake Victoria in Tanzania has jumped to 19. The plane, with 49 passengers and 4 crew members, is said to have plunged into Lake Victoria in Tanzania, 100 meters from the airport. Local media Sputnik reported that the crash was caused by bad weather. A video posted on Twitter shows that the plane's fuselage apparently intact but submerged in shallow water, with its tail sticking out of the water, and a crowd of locals watching the rescue efforts of several fishing boats. The latest plane accident in Tanzania occurred 5 years ago when 11 people died as a result of Safari Company's plane crash. After 2 years of fighting, a surprise deal has been reached in the civil war in Ethiopia, just as warring sides have agreed to stop the war, which led to thousands of deaths and warnings of a famine in the Tigray region. The African Union group of countries says the deal is a new dawn and that the agreement between the sides should allow them to give up their weapons and for aid to be delivered. Although the deal has been welcomed, experts are cautious about it as agreements have been made before and then quickly broken. Ethiopia is a country in the east of Africa and is home to more than 90 different ethnic groups. Towards the end of 2020, fighting broke out between forces linked to a regional Tigrayan political group and troops from the national government. Tigray has been cut off from the outside world for most of the past 2 years, with their hospitals running without drug, while electricity, phone, and banking services have been cut along with the internet. This is the word that's not coming to you from National State Broadcasting Corporation, Voice of the West, Nigeria. Now, our mid-news message. It is only when everyone works hard that the nation can record our sustainable growth. Contribute your quota. The Russian Foreign Ministry has confirmed the pending visit by President of Senate Mabel Chinomuna in a move envisaged to cement relations between Zimbabwe and the former Soviet Union country. Chinomuna's scheduled tour comes barely a month after Speaker of the National Assembly Jacob Mudenda paid a visit to the European nation, which is currently embroiled in a war against neighboring Ukraine. The revelation was made at the signing ceremony of an agreement between Russia and Zimbabwean universities last week. The two countries share bilateral relations dating back to the period of the liberation struggle, when Russia helped guerrilla fighters to wage war against racist white supremacists. In the face of isolation from the global powerhouses, Harare has found an ally in Moscow, with the two sharing mutual relations in economic fields. Italy has been preventing some irregular migrants who were rescued at sea from disembarking in the country, which global non-governmental organization says is against international law. Under a decree recently adopted by the right-wing coalition government led by Giorgia Meloni, not all of the 572 migrants on board were allowed to disembark. However, Doctors Without Borders say selective and partial disembarkation cannot be considered legal under maritime law conventions. Local media reported that Italian officials allowed only 357 of 572 regular immigrants on board a rescue boat to disembark. The ship Joe Barrent, which had rescued migrants in recent times through its operation in the Mediterranean Sea and waited for days in the open sea for Italy to designate a safe harbor for the evacuation, was allowed to arrive in the port of Catania on Sunday evening. According to local media, Italian authorities boarded the ship and evaluated the health of the migrants one by one and gave the green light to the disembarkation of only 357 of them who were considered vulnerable, while the other 215 men remained on the ship. New Zealand's trade minister has accused Canada of having locked out its nation's farmer in a dispute over dairy exports designated to be settled by an independent panel. Damien O'Connor, in a statement, said the Canadians are not living up to promises made under a 2018 Trans-Pacific Trade Fair Agreement to allow dairy products into Canada. According to him, the comprehensive and progressive agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership was signed in 2018 by Canada, New Zealand, and 9 other countries in the Asia-Pacific region. New Zealand first said in May that it had beef with Canada's administration of tariff rate quotas to allow dairy products to be imported with lower import taxes. O'Connor stressed that New Zealand started dispute settlement proceedings against the Canadians over lost dairy market access worth about $40 million over 2 years, which did not resolve matters. Meanwhile, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, in a statement today, revealed that she had already told her Canadian counterpart Justin Trudeau that her nation would escalate the trade dispute. And here again are the highlights of the world at noon. In Nigeria, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency has predicted sunny and cloudy weather activities from today to Wednesday across the country. Tanzania Prime Minister Kazim Majaliwa has disclosed that the death toll from Tanzania's plane crash in Lake Victoria in Tanzania has jumped to 19. And New Zealand's trade minister has accused Canada of having locked out its nation's farmer in a dispute over dairy exports destined to be settled by an independent panel. That was the word at noon, edited by Natana Rewuka and delivered by Luato Nigeria. News Talk by Adeni Hikande examines the disposing factors to suicidal deaths and how positive thinking could cure social problems.
Is one of terrifying and horrible events that humbled man on earth. Whenever death strikes, it induces eternal trepidation of calamity of separation. The fact that death is a colossal loss, which every man struggles hard to prevent, will make suicide remain an odd story of life. This perhaps has made the recent cases of a woman who jumped into Ocean River in Osogbo and other man who jumped into lagoon in Lagos the most confusing and strange incident. Although suicide, which is self-life termination, is not new in human history, self-intentional killing, otherwise known as suicide, is quite primordial and shrouded in mystery. However, psychoanalysts have linked depression caused by paranoia to intentional self-killings. It is also apposite to note that suicide is attracted to mythical dispersions. For instance, suicide in pure human conjecture is a form of spell that induces negative thoughts that eclipsed and rendered impotence the human reasoning power of reality. This mythical analysis of possible reasons for suicide and acute depression suggested by psychoanalysts are reasons why clinical psychologists consider positive thinking as an effective therapy for suicidal predisposing factors. One good feature of positive thinking is the assistance to achieve things that are useful in life, to become an active person with mindsets to produce good results for members of the society. It also propels and drives the mind to a great position to deal with some health challenges in a way of management and improved conditions for individuals with health issues. Positive thinking counsels and repositions pessimistic mind to a new direction where the same issues provide a wonderful opportunity that overcomes initial worries. Positive thinking is an exercise which the mind derives from recreational activities, reading, music, visiting of friends, personal retreats, and socialization. New Stock therefore notes that since life is not the bed of roses for anyone, makes failure and disappointment parts of events in life that should constitute reason for self-life termination. New Stock persists that depression follows the solitary life that many people consider as a right option after a failure is suffered. It is therefore important for all to shun a solitary life which has been identified as an agent of depression, which opens up the mind to negative thoughts and emotions that induces self-intentional killing.
That News Talk by Daniel Kinde of our editorial desk examined the disposing factors to suicidal death and cautioned the society against solitary life that could aggravate depression, the main disposing factor of suicidal deaths the world over. The piece was read by Temitope Olayiwola. For more about us, you can visit www.osbcng.org. Thanks for listening. Good afternoon.
It's entertaining, it's educating, really informative, quantitative news as it breaks. It's OSBC Radio 2, 104.5 FM. Numero uno south of the Sahara, voice of the West.